So season 2 of Teencraft is ending soon. Now what is Teencraft, you ask? Teencraft is a server run by me on Bedrock Edition for teens and preteens. And we are ending the season because we decided to end the season when the 1.18 update comes out. And here is a world tour of season 2. These 3 ships, technically 4 if you include the crash one, are my base. This is for villagers. This one is storage, and this one was the first one I made, which was kind of like a starter base. And then also I have a launch pad that can use TNT to launch the player into the base. And then also there's this beacon design. There's also kind of randomness over here by Earth Cult and Shadow Cult. This is by Earth Cult. I think it was a bee farm. This was the started base of Shadow Cult, but he didn't really play that often, so I wasn't able to finish it. And then over here we have Adarube's base. So Adarube's base was originally like a concrete thing, had a piston door, and then I pranked him with a pineapple with sunglasses in the front of his base because that is kind of the logo of his base, or of his YouTube channel. And then actually this is a birthday wither that I gave him because his birthday was recently. Anyway, this he actually decided to keep, and I actually kind of like it. And then he has a piston door to get in to his main base, and then he hasn't really finished the inside, but it's kind of like modern and random cakes. Over here is Avid Diamond's base, or Avid's base. He joined kind of late in the season, but this is still really cool. This is his main base. That's his villagers, and I think that might be like a bamboo farm. This over here is Kiko-san's starting area. She made this, and then like an animal pen over there. And then she moved over here, where she made a mushroom farm. Or not a mushroom farm, really a mushroom village. And it looks really cool with the texturing. She has not finished it, but this season, we kind of came to an end abruptly because I thought the update would come out about 2 weeks later than it did. So we had a little less time than we thought we would. Over here is Spawn. This is Daft Pandora's base. He didn't really play much at all, so this is all he could build. Over here is Optimistic Spy's base, which he also didn't play much, so this is fairly small. That is our main Nether Portal. The Nether in this season is pretty messy, so I'm not really going to show it. This long chain of like tree base-ish stuff is Billy Bob's base. He didn't play that often. And he didn't have much time to work on his base, so this is fairly rudimentary. This right here is the shopping district. These are some custom trees, which were originally green, but I turned them into autumn leaves for Halloween. This is the Tavern, the first structure made in the shopping district. And it doesn't really sell anything, but it does have beds, which is useful for when we need to sleep. This is a globe made by Kiko-san. She didn't finish it. Again, we kind of ended the season a little abruptly. This is a graveyard made by Adarube. Over here is a beacon design that I made that gives me speed 2. Here's a failed tree that I tried to add in the background. This is my end shop. This is my trident shop. This is a structure made by Kiko-san, but she didn't finish it because like I said, kind of had to end abruptly. This is the Mesa Marca that sells terracotta, and this is by Adarube. This is Kiko-san's concrete shop. This was originally Earth Cult's potion shop, but he didn't really have enough time to refine it or get much potions to sell. This is Adarube's fish shop. And sort of a similar story. He built it, but then he didn't really feel like fishing, so it doesn't really sell anything anymore. This is Billy Bob's Phantom Shop, which sells phantom membranes. This is also Billy Bob's pyramid-like thing. I'm not sure exactly what he was going to do with it, but it's here. This was the town hall, but I didn't really know what to put at the top of it, and then nobody really helped me with it, so we didn't really end up doing anything with it. This is Earth's Nether Shop, where he sells like blackstone and netherrack. He wasn't able to stock it much similar to his other shop, because he didn't play that much. This is Adarube's Jungle Shop, where he sells cocoa beans, bamboo, melons, and logs. Over here is my ship, where I get most of my profits. I sell rockets, mob heads, kind of randomness. Over here is the gaming district. The roads were made by Adarube, and this is a game that I made called Seesaw. Basically, what you would do is there'd be 2 players, 1 in each of these little chambers, and you'd have a bow, and you'd either try to shoot the player or that button up there, which would give the other player poison, and the last person left standing is the winner. This is Spleef, made by Adarube. And if you don't know what Spleef is, it's basically where there's grass, and each player has a shovel, and you're trying to mine the blocks under your opponent until they fall, and the person who falls is the loser. This is a duel arena that I made for the Olympics, which involved punching fights and fencing. This was my Cavern Scramble game, where it was parkour, basically, and the prize was a few diamond blocks and a beacon and a bunch of other things. This is Adarube's Jungle Parkour. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember if he put a name to it. And I think he put multiple prizes in, or like what he would do is he'd have a prize, then if somebody got it, a few months later, he would put a new prize up here, and actually, it's still here. So someone would have to get it, they'd have to actually do the parkour and not just fly up there. This is the original Olympics right here, and it was made by Adarube, and you'd play games like boat races, archery, and me and Adarube actually had a wager for that. Then this right here is my pumpkin shrine. The main building is based off the Taj Mahal, and I spent a lot of time terraforming around here. And then I summoned the Great Pumpkin from referencing the Charlie Brown movies, and this is it in its physical form, I guess. Over this way is Earthcult's original base. He kind of moved out and sold it to Adarube once I pranked it with trees, and then Adarube cleaned it up a bit, though there still is a floating tree over here. Earthcult moved into his second base, which is like a goblin medieval kind of base, and it's fairly big inside. Over here is where FaZe Flamingo's original base was, but he didn't play past like the first month, so I covered his base and terraformed over it, and I put a sign that said, "That's funny, I could have sworn there was a base here." And then this is the Chicken Valley, which has a strange amount of chickens in it, and we don't know why. So, there's that. And then finally, over here is my failed or unfinished mega base. So, I had a chicken named Nelly, who passed away, and I wanted to make my mega base, like, in honor of her. So, I wanted to make a huge version of her, but I wasn't really motivated because I didn't really have a plan, and I bit off a bit more than I can chew. This would have been the body, but in her memory, I did do like a challenge with a chicken to keep it alive for as long as possible. And that is the world of Teencraft Season 2 for you. There is a few things that I didn't show, like farms, but they're kind of ugly, and also the nether. But I'll hope to see you in Season 3 of Teencraft, and bye!